Good evening. Also, we've got to talk about Zak Bagans. Everybody knows him. Zak was born on the 5th of April 1977, the same year I was born. He's also a few months older than what I am. He's an American paranormal investigator, television personality, museum operator and author. He's the principal host of the Travel Channel series Ghost Adventures. He was born. It also stays in Washington DC. He was born. Also, was born in Washington DC and raised in Glen Ellen, Illinois. He graduated Glenbard West High School. Also, in 2004, Bagans teamed up with Nick Groff and Aaron Goodwin, which Aaron is still with him. Nick left, and there was a lot of accusations with Nick. His wife also accused things, and because Zak Bagans is very egoistic, everything has to be his way, and he doesn't like anybody having. He doesn't like having competition. So he does, and he kind of try to shut people down. A lot of people like Nick Groff, a lot of people don't. A lot of people like Zak Bagans, a lot of people don't. Obviously, Aaron Goodwin is obviously still with him. He's going through his own things just now. And they help produce a documentary-style film called Ghost Adventures. The film aired on the Sci-Fi Channel 2007. A successor series premiered in 2008 on the Travel Channel, and it's aired for 90 seasons as of 2019. Ghost hunting shows in general and Ghost Adventures in particular have been accused of fakery. One of Bagans' more notable claims from the show is alleged communication with deceased actor David Strickland of NBC's Suddenly Susan. Strickland unalived himself at the Oasis Motel in Las Vegas in 1999. Bagans claimed to have recorded Strickland's voice nearly a decade following his death, and included the recording in a track on the album, because he's a singer as well. Necrofusion. No known scientific analysis has been attempted on the raw recording, including any comparison of the voice heard on the electronic voice phenomena, according to that famous actor. Now, there's been a lot, as I said, there's a lot about, anyway. I mean, it's obviously made it big, right? And there was the one that made him, it was somewhere in America, some hotel, and it was the video, effect video. I mean, then there was a fan that caught him out hook, line, and sinker, and this video went viral. And you see this car on top of, obviously, a children's thing, right? And Zak tries to get on his gun into this wee tent which he can't fit into, and suddenly the car disappears and then reappears. But you see Aaron or somebody else holding the car in their hand. It's things like this. See, the voice recorders, you see them holding the voice recorders in their hand like this, and they'll talk into it like this, and but they'll hold it obviously, and they'll talk, and then pause it, and then obviously try to make out it's a voice. Now, see, the thing is, you're supposed to put that flat down, right, on a table or a flat surface with any of these voice recorders, not actually holding it, because you get a lot of interference in every single one of them. So, no, the DCR 60 was made in Japan or China, and it was taken off because the shelf because it was broken, not because it picked up voices and anything like that. So look that up. Kenny Biddle has done amazing videos about explaining it, because obviously he's very scientific. Obviously there's a lot of debunkers, like The Shape, Beardo, Wild and Mr. Grey, and things like that. Miffles, Side Eye Guy, you name it, they've all sat and obviously explained about these devices. But as I say, with Zak Bagans, I mean, he's obviously got a museum. On April the 2nd, 2016, Deadly Possessions premiered. The Travel Channel show featured Bagans finding items of a prospective haunted museum in Las Vegas, Nevada. The museum opened to the public in October 2017. It consists of 33 rooms and various artefacts on display. Visitors are given guided tours of the rooms. You're not allowed to video or take photographs in this haunted museum, right? Visitors are also some of include Bella Luigi's mirror, the divot box. Now, a divot box is not real. If you actually look up or speak to anybody who's Jewish, it's a lot of rubbish. Peggy the Doll and Jack Verkin's Death Van. Some of the claims to the artefacts have been criticised. Both the Zisky mirror and Captain Smith mirror kept in the museum have been claimed to have been dubious provenance. All visitors must sign waivers before entering the museum against spiritual or paranormal interactions. And that is true, because there's a few YouTubers that went, and some of them have paid that bit extra to have, obviously, tours behind the things and do paranormal things. They've got, on the 27th of May 2019, an exhibit featuring a rocking chair from the Devil in Connecticut. Alleged demon possession case was shut down briefly due to a visitor fainting. They fainted. There was nothing to do with any of the items in the person. It was too warm, because a lot of other people said no, it was just too warm. And obviously it was a long tour, and it was nearly like an hour, nearly into 2 hours a tour. So it was a long tour. You're on your feet and you're roasting, and there's a lot of people. Nothing to me. In 2018, the museum received Las Vegas' Mayor's Award of Historic Preservation and Adaptive Reuse. In 2021, the transaxle salvaged from the American actor James Dean's Porsche 550 Spider was added to the museum's collection. Now, what that guy's got in that museum is a lot of stuff to do with killers. And what about the victims? I mean, things that he's got, I wouldn't even repeat on here, because it's vile, absolutely vile to do with these killers. And he's displaying them, I mean, as if they're heroes and all the rest of it. They're not. These people left victims behind, and he's got it as if they're a big thing. As I said, Zak Bagans is very, I mean, for what I've watched to him, he's very, I mean, and see if nothing goes as well. I remember he was speaking to a Jewish person talking about a different, he had not a clue about it today, but he hadn't a clue today with a different box. So he made a fool that Zak Bagans was not happy that he kind of made a fool of. And it's not that he tells people what to say and do. As I say, that guy Aaron Goodwin is still with him. A lot of people have came and gone because you just can't work with Zak, because everything is, it's like they're going into people's houses, and I don't agree with that. Now, if you're wanting to go into somebody's house, first of all, don't sit and think you're an exorcist or you're thinking demons or whatever. Get the person's mental health checked up. And also, because you don't know if they have got psychosis or they're going through some sort of trauma in childhood. You just don't know. You don't know. And a lot of them, I mean, there was one, and it was a gran and a wee boy, and it was another paranormal team. I can't remember exactly. I know they're brothers, right? And it was proven that it was all lies. But they still put that out as if there was something there. But it turned out it was like, this was a lot more than to do with paranormal. She was beating that wee boy, right? So this is what I'm talking about. These people are going into these people's houses and going, oh, we're going to do it. I'm an exorcist. You cannot not perform exorcisms on anyone, because you need to be coming from the church and you need to be ordained. So, and you have to have training in that. And at that, these churches, before they even have the cases, actually have to have the check on people's mental health and all that first, before actually in. But so people like Zak Bagans and obviously all these other YouTubers that do things like that, because it's not that, obviously, because obviously, as I say, you've got to think of the first and foremost is their mental health. Their mental health, because you don't know if they're on drugs, anything. So, but to go in and automatically go, oh, it's a demon, we need to bless you, you need to do this. You're putting fear in somebody's head when they're already feeling very vulnerable as it is. And they're going to pay you. Obviously, YouTubers are not, obviously they get the views, so obviously they're getting paid for that. But there's other people that actually literally would think, like somebody like Zak Bagans would probably charge you, because that's something that he would do, because it's money orientated, but he's very egoistic, and everything's got to be about him and his way and all the rest of it. And obviously he's on in 2021, he was obviously on the Discovery Channel and is planning to broadcast the Haunted Museum in an upcoming horror anthology show, for which Zak Bagans will be the host. Of course, Zak Bagans has got to be the host of everything. He's got to have everything, right? An executive producer. The series will be filmed in Las Vegas, Nevada, and Toronto, Canada, by the Cream Productions, with Ellie Roth as a filmmaker and Matt Boy, Kate Harrison's Carmen, and David Brady as executive producers. Obviously, so seemingly there's a film coming out, or else it's been out. Obviously, he wrote a book. Bagans wrote a book with author Kelly Creature titled Dark World Into Shadows, with the lead investigator of the Ghost Adventures crew, on September 23rd, 2011. The book debuted on the New York Times bestseller list at number 18 in December 2019, but Bagans published the book Ghost Hunting for Dummies. The book outlining the history of ghost hunting, outlining true accounts, the stories from Bagans' famous cases and investigations, and explains how anyone can get started in investigating the supernatural. I believe in the paranormal, right? But when people like Zak Bagans or other, I mean, obviously he's not a YouTuber, but anybody like Zak Bagans do things like that, they're not. I don't think they do really believe in the paranormal. They're just exploiting the paranormal. And there's real teams that actually go out and try to find evidence, and they come away all the time with nothing. Because as I said before in plenty of other videos, I've got devices and they don't go off after 2 minutes. Wonder why. Right? I mean, as I say, do what you want, it's your videos, but when you're putting and instilling fear into people's heads, and people are believing that what's in front of us, you say it's for entertainment, or because that is what these videos are. They're for entertainment purposes only, and that is it. So it's obviously Troy Taylor stated that Bagans and he worked together in researching material for the book, but Taylor also says that Bagans did not have permission to use his original material in the book, and that he received a substantial payment from Bagans in a settlement writing for Skeptical Inquirer. This is what I'm talking about. There's somebody else that Bagans he steals other people's stuff, or he things, and he puts it anyway. This is where anyway I've just spoke about this man, right? Magazine paranormal investigator Kenny Biddle observed that throughout much of the books, Bagans displays a strong bias against skeptics and scientists, and also accused Bagans of plagiarising others such as Joe Nickell, the Skeptical Inquirer, and the Society for Psychonal Research noted similarities between several passages in the book and those by other writers. See, Kenny Biddle goes into a lot, majorly a lot of stuff, right? And I will link his YouTube in the comments in my thing, because watch his videos, watch what he does. He's absolutely amazing. See, Zak Bagans is, it's all, as I say, it's very egoistic, and anybody, I mean, people are obviously going to believe them because some people are looking and searching for answers for their loved ones, etc. And obviously they're believing a lot of these channels. I did, believe it or not. I'm not saying I don't still. You watch whoever you want, but take it into consideration. These people are they're making videos. They're going to fake things. And today with the Warden Museum, Truth for Demons knows everything. See, when I say everything, every last wee bit of detail that young lady has pulled and pulled apart, and she has went and researched everything. Hats off to her. Hats off to a lot of these debunkers as well, because they've showed me how well the strings and masking and thing. I mean, still it still confuses me, right? Do I still watch some of these channels? Yes, a lot I don't, because see, I've outgrown them now. Not because I've watched debunkers, I've literally just outgrown them. It's like, oh my gosh, it's like it contradicts itself quite a lot. And just in a recent video, he was saying, oh, people are liking and unliking, subscribing because you prayed. Need to be done subscribe to you because you prayed. This is where they put the guilt trip on people to try and come back. And I looked at anyway, it doesn't look as if his viewers count went down at all. So you always look at the analytics and things like that. And obviously then he was talking about how he doesn't believe in basically like the paranormal and all the demons and things like that. Because like people, it's like anybody that for loved ones, and they would go to heaven and and it wouldn't be your loved one you're talking to, it's a demon. Again, putting a stern fear in you. I like oh my gosh, for his farm videos, but I mean, but when you're, be careful how you speak, because people believe everything YouTubers say and things like that, especially young people. And as I say, I now again watched Oh my gosh, duty, because I absolutely I love his farm videos. They're amazing. Um, so especially for that, and also he's getting married. But there's a lot of things he's wanting to try and, if he wants to do a life, he's going to charge people. Why would you charge people for you doing a life to come to your wedding? I wouldn't be paying whatever they're asking. A lot, it's not that, and people are going to fall for that. Guys, please be careful what you're seeing and hearing. People online. I believe in the paranormal. A lot of these people, they might believe in the paranormal, but they're instilling the fear into people's head about demons and whatever else it is they're talking about. When there's other teams like Ghost and Trent, Ouija Brothers, and there's a few other teams as well that actually go out and search for it, and if they get something, fine. If they don't, fine. But these teams question what your favourite YouTuber all the time. It doesn't matter if it's paranormal debunkers or it's somebody that's making vlogging channels travelling the world. You question everything. It always question everything. But always remember, we always need to come together as a collective, united rather than divided. Do not go on to anybody's comment section and leave nasty, nasty comments. I do not believe it. I do not believe in or anybody condoning violence, because that's wrong. I don't on. It's like I don't want to see it, because I've always, if I bring my children up the same way, if you cannot see anything nice, don't see anything at all. If you don't like what somebody says, don't watch it. That's all. And it's because obviously, as I said, there was a YouTuber called Andrew Stonerock, and people went nasty and nearly got his full channel removed because of the hate that he was getting, and they done that deliberately. I get people are fans, but guys, remember these are human beings at the other side on this screen. Just remember that. And these people wouldn't want you doing that either. So they'd want you to respect everybody else as well. So be respectful for each other. With Zak Bagans, is the biggest fake in the Lincoln USDA in America, and everybody knows it. So people like want to go to their museum. I personally would never ever go to that museum. Never, never. If it was a Conjuring house, yes. The War Museum, maybe, but I highly doubt it. But I would never pay money to go to see that exactly. You're just promoting you're just promoting his ego. That is really what it is. So I wouldn't do it. His egos, I mean, he's been accused of all sorts as well, like sleeping with other people, and it's a lot. Zak Bagans is not a nice person. He's not. He's very nasty, and there's so many people. They can't. If it was only one or two, you'd be like, right, okay. But the fact that there's more than about 10 people talking about him, saying how and why he acts. Even owners of buildings and things like that have come out and said things about him, and that says something. That says something about the way his personality is and how he is. He probably wasn't even brought up with that, but look the way he's turned out. He thinks because he can do and say what he wants, and he's got a big thing. And if anybody else that wants a ghost show, they can't even get it onto the telly because Zak Bagans thinks he is the only one that it can have shows on whatever screens that you're on. And so, what's your thoughts about Zak Bagans? Leave your comments in the comments section below. I will link Kenny Biddle in the description, and go actually subscribe to him. And he's an amazing person. Sending love and light, and good night.